All right, y'all, we are bringing it home and we're bringing it full circle. We've been talking about bringing to consciousness things that we haven't been paying attention to as far as our experiences as women and just kind of going through the motions, entering this month, not really giving them their due diligence, but then carrying them through the month, and how it's important to bring those to the forefront and center of our Ramadan experience so that we can be very intentional.
Right.
Another element to this, Dr. Sara, that we don't talk about is the reason why we need to actually talk about these experiences is because they actually are also your worship. They too are your ibadah for this month of Ramadan. And man, oh man, subhanAllah, when I talk to so many women and I just highlight, I'm like, your experiences when you go through these things and you showcase sabr and you showcase shukr and you're going through those things, that is your ibadah too.
Yeah.
I think back to just a couple of Ramadans ago, and this was so important for me. So probably you were talking about earlier about like people are also your lessons and this beauty of that when you get out into community, you're talking with your sisters and you're like, oh, subhanAllah, they give you these, it's like multifaceted. They give you perspective that you weren't thinking about before.
Yeah.
And that happened with this particular sister who had a very young child that she had brought with her. This was her first Ramadan with this baby. And she just wanted to get in 2 rakahs of prayer. And so I told her, I'm like, I'm not praying. I got you. We had bonded at that point and I burped the baby and baby was sleeping. And so she's like so excited, ecstatic to pray 2 rakahs of salah. And it just, it opened something inside of me that subhanAllah made my Ramadan experience. It was such an important element of my Ramadan experience. And it happened because of somebody else.
I think you're talking about service, right?
Yes, absolutely. And empathy, right? We open ourselves up to actually receiving more from the people who are around us, They are lessons for us. The Quran highlights that people be reminders for other people in good deeds. And that really felt like one of those moments. And she was really feeling as if like this was finally her doing some kind of worship in the Ramadan. So I really felt like I owed it to her to be like, hold on, wait a minute. You nursing this child and you going through what you're going through, having this baby is also our ibadah.
Yeah.
You are nurturing new life. That is part of the ummah of the Prophet ﷺ. You are raising a little Muslim. All of that is worship.
But in this story or this experience of yours, I think there's something really important here, which is I'm making an assumption. Had you already had your own children?
Yes.
Yes. So I think you had the benefit of wisdom, having experienced something already to then see it and to be able to offer that service. And so maybe in some ways, I think what you're talking about, yes, we should be empathizing and also we should be looking at others. I think so much of Ramadan is internal and we want that. And if that's not on the table, maybe our ability to look towards others is an opportunity.
And also can be that ingredient that you've been looking for. You can find it in your sisters, right? There was a beautiful exchange that happened there, and you're right. I was able to give her something that I imparted from a wisdom that I had to learn the hard way and the long way, when I was in that place with my children. But something she reminded me of, because really, honestly, I was feeling that slump at that moment when I came that night. I'm not praying. I'm just kind of finding a corner and I'm just going to sit and do my thing. I actually brought the kids and they were really hyped. So I'm just kind of, in my corner. And I was in that spiritual slump. And when I saw her go through what she did and just the gratitude for getting those 2 rakahs, and it reminded me of the fact that I had prayed for days like this, where I could focus on their ibadah again, where I didn't have to pick up a crying baby and I could offer rakahs of salah and just be focused. I literally was waiting for this. I made dua that, Ya Allah, when I get the opportunity again, man, I'm not going to take it for granted. And here I was, just sitting and twiddling my thumbs. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to just get some. It's almost as if I took it for granted. Yeah. And she had brought this element and this beautiful reminder to me. And I'm like, subhanAllah, that exchange, I think that's a really, really important.
Your former self.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that happened because, as the Prophet ﷺ says, that the believer is the mirror of the believer. We find lessons in other people too. And that's one aspect of the community element that I think that we should be actively seeking, but it does require empathy. It does require us to be able to be aware of these unconscious acts that we've been talking about. People are all carrying things underneath the surface that they're coming to Ramadan with. You are carrying things too. We can come together and there can be a really beautiful exchange.
Yeah.
If we are conscious of it.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And if we're looking for it in other people,
So is this your take home story? So we're in the last 10 nights.
Yeah.
I'm in my my Ramadan PJ fit, for the last 10.
Oh, we love it.
We're going hard in the qiyam. So so what do we need to take forward to close it out?
To close it out, I think that as we've been talking about unconscious acts, number one, bring them forward. Use them as a toolkit. They are also your worship. Your circumstances are part of your worship. Be very, very intentional with it. Say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in your dua that, Ya Allah, I am carrying this thing. I am being patient through it. I am trusting you through it. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, allow me to reap the benefits of the sabr. You promise that you are with the sabirin. You are with those who are patient. Allow me to reap those benefits. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, I'm walking in the footsteps of things that prophets have gone through, and look at what they came out from it. Ya Allah, allow me to live long enough to reap the benefits of the wisdoms, and while I'm in this season, allow me to really own the fact that this can be transformative for me. If I'm able to turn it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as I'm coming to you, I'm laying it bare before you, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. So let me allow it to be transformative for who you are preparing me to become. You know what I mean? So I think that's very, very important. And then the other thing is allowing it to open you up to, you said it earlier, that guess what? When you are with community, you're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to, you know what I'm saying? It gives you a little bit more empathy when you walk around knowing that people are just as complex and nuanced as you are. Yeah. They're all going through things too, you know? And so part of the Ramadan, we know that the Prophet ﷺ says that feeding the fasting person is as rewarding as if you fasted. But look at that mirror that he's creating, that do for your brother, do for your sister as you would for yourself. It will benefit you too. So that should be kind of setting the tone for, I reach out to somebody else, I'll get something from it too, So it's this beautiful exchange that's happening. That's how you become intentional with those outings that you're going to be having in your Ramadan. And that's the balance between the solitude and the collective that we've been discussing all month.
Beautiful.
May Allah accept it from all of us, y'all.
Ameen.
Thank you for being with us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to benefit reap the benefits of Ramadan far beyond this particular month. May He allow us to see many, many Ramadans to come. And may we be able to own every season of them with who we are and that we enter it with those intentions. Inshallah, ya Rahman Rahim.
Inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
So what's up, man?